So I say this is the apocalyptic event, and it is. And I know Cauldre is saying, oh, it sounds so grandiose. Duh. It is. You know what apocalyptic means in Greek? To reveal, to pull the lid off, to take aside the things that are preventing you from seeing. That's what apocalypse means. Not death and destruction. In Revelations of John, it wasn't about the horrific events coming to the world and destroying the world. Revelations, if you reread it now with the eyes of heaven's cross, you realize the beauty in Revelations. You realize it was saying that there's this new age coming to earth. And it literally says in Revelations, it is time of God to be with humanity. It says that, time of God. Time of your divinity to be with your human. It says that right there. It's very clear. It says this is the new age, the new energy, not the end of the world. Those who hang on to power and greed and those who are trying to maintain the old ways of control and structure, those who are opposed to true freedom, they're not going to last. They will not make it. They will go to another earth somewhere so they can play with their buddies who are all into power games and their addictions and their abuse and everything else. There is an earth that has been created just for them. They won't know the difference. They're not going to know the difference from one day to the next, but they'll suddenly be there. And this earth that you're living on right now is going to go through so many changes, and it's going to be rough getting there, but it's going to go through changes that bring it into what's been termed singularity. I term it as true freedom. And that's what you're going through, and that's what you've been doing for so very long, working at it. And I know you're exhausted. You run a marathon, and what's the hardest part? It's that last leg, the last mile. Not the middle ones, it's that last one, because your body is saying, it's right there in front of me. If any of you ever run a marathon, you know it. And it's like, you can see the finish line, but suddenly your body is shaking. Suddenly the energy isn't flowing. Suddenly every muscle hurts. Suddenly all the mental, the focus that you've had goes out, and you wonder if you can make it. You know, it happens pretty often, but they collapse right before the finish line. It's what they've worked on so hard, and almost as part they can't imagine that they're there, that they made it. And that's what we're doing right now. It's not the last mile, it's the last moments. There's a lot happening between now and then, and I know I've gone long here, but I do want to do an important marab here. We're going to talk more about Heaven's Cross. Take a deep breath. It's tough. I mean, not bad tough, good tough right now, super intense. And I know I can list these things, and I'll ask Cauldre to write them up for later, but you know, sometimes you just want to cry, and you just want to cry. Sometimes it's so intense in your body and your mind, you don't know if you can get by. And sometimes it's so confusing what's right and what's wrong. When you're trying to determine, am I crazy, am I not? Am I making this up? What's going on? You're just coming to Heaven's Cross. That's it. That's it.